anyone to miss out on anything. So please make sure you're using a laptop or a desktop as it is recommended. But if you don't have access to a laptop or a desktop, you could continue from your mobile as well. And I see that majority of you, 80% of you have attended yesterday completely, which was day one of the mastermind. But then 20% of you either had to drop off or could not join day one of the AI mastermind. So what we are going to be doing is, I know it's going to be helpful for everyone, even those who have attended the entire of yesterday, as we are getting started with a new day today. Before we dive into what we have on the agenda for day two, I think we should all do a very quick recap. And of course, for the recap, we are not going to be spending 8 hours again. What we learned over 8 hours, we try to do the recap in probably 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will get started with day two. And Webber Sisente is waiting already. He's super pumped and excited to take over and get started. But I asked him to hold on so that I can set the context for everybody. And the love, the energy that all of you have been showing by submitting your assignments, by making posts on social media and everywhere else. It was super incredible to see all of that. So thank you so much, and I'm very, very happy that all of you are learning and all of you are loving this entire experience in the AI mastermind. With that being said, I once again officially welcome all of you to day two of the Generative AI Mastermind. Shall we get started? Drop in ready on the chat if we can get started. And I hope all of you, as you drop in, I'll give you 2 more seconds because I want you to go ahead, take out your notebooks, take out your pens, and get ready with your notebook and pen. Do not worry about the assignments. I will clear out your questions before we get started, and I will make you as comfortable as I can before we get started with day two. But please take out your notebook and the pen and come sit in front of your systems and we will get started. Can you all tell me if you have a notebook and your pen handy? Yes, on the chat, if you have your notebook and pen handy. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Everybody, notebook and pen handy so that you can take down notes as we get started. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, all right. Karthik and others, please do not put in your email ID on the chat box directly. And also, one very, very important disclaimer that I would like to give to everybody, because I also know that there are new people who have joined in today. There could be people sharing external links on the chat box. Please do not click on any of the links that come in on the chat box unless it comes in from us directly, because we would be sending resources to all of you and we will tell you when those resources are being shared. But if anybody else shares any link, be it a WhatsApp group link, be it a Telegram link, be it any other external link, please do not click on it because these could be phishing links as well. And we at Outskill do not take responsibility of any of the links. And that is one of the reasons why we are having to keep the chat box controlled and not turned on all the time, because otherwise lot of things could go out of our hands as well, with a lot of spammers wanting to disturb the entire flow of the mastermind that we have set out for everybody. But with that being said, welcome once again to the day two of the Generative AI Mastermind. Like I said, let's get started with a quick recap of everything that we learned yesterday so that all of us come back onto the same page once again. But as before we get started with the recap, I want all of you to quickly drop in on the chat. Where are you joining in from? There are new people who have joined in today, so I would love to know where everybody is joining in from. UAE, India, Singapore, Hyderabad, Cochin, Pune, Patna, Bihar, Delhi, Saudi Arabia, Antarctica, Pune, Bhopal, Indonesia, USA, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines. Wow. Thailand, Vietnam, okay, okay, France, all the way from France, wonderful, Russia, wow, Israel, okay, Qatar, very nice, Colombo, Jamaica, Afghanistan, New Jersey, Tokyo, wow, I love it, I love it, I love it. Sweden, wonderful, North Korea, Palestine, Nepal, USA, Tirupati, Assam, UP. Look at the chat box. We have people from all over the globe joining this particular event. This is the largest AI training ever that happens inside of Outskill, and I'm super excited that all of you have taken part in. And the reason why I asked everybody to drop that in on the chat is so that you get a sense that you are learning from people all across the globe. That adds a lot of responsibility as you embark on this learning journey with us inside of day two of the mastermind. So please make sure that you're not spamming. Please make sure that you're being respectful. Please make sure that you're being kind whenever you're posting a message on the chat, as a lot of people from all across the globe can see your message and can read your name as well as you drop your messages in. But with that being said, let's get started with a quick recap of everything that was covered on day one, which happened yesterday. Now, as we get into this recap, I want to do this together with all of you, right? So I'm going to ask you all questions, and people who have attended day one completely, you will all be able to answer the questions on the chat. And this exercise is to also help the people who are joining day two directly. I understand that life would have happened. You might have had work yesterday and you could not make yourself available for day one completely, but that is fine, because this recap that we will do over the next 5 to 10 minutes will help you come to the same page, right? Now, hoping that all of you are ready with your notebooks, let's get started with our recap, and then I will be handing it over to Vaibhav, who is already thinking me that he wants to get started. But we started this mastermind yesterday by truly understanding how AI is transforming the way we work. And while we were trying to understand that, we also spoke a lot about a mindset shift that all of us need to start adapting to. Now, I want to ask everybody who attended completely yesterday through this AI mastermind, what is the journey that we have all gotten started on? What are we trying to become through this AI mastermind, and what is that mindset shift that we spoke of? Can all of you put in on the chat? What are we trying to become through this AI mastermind? Wonderful, wonderful. I love that energy. We are all trying to become AI generalists through this all. We realize that no matter who we are as of today, we could be entrepreneurs, we could be working professionals, we could be running our own startups of any size, our own businesses, or we could also be solopreneurs or freelancers or consultants or working professionals who either have more than 10 years of work experience or anywhere between 3 to 9 years of work experience as well. Or we could be people who are getting started with our careers. No matter who we are, we need to broaden our mindset and try to get on the path of becoming AI generalists, so that we are able to future proof ourselves and prepare ourselves for what's happening across the globe with technology. And what does it really mean to become an AI generalist? You see, we spoke about the fact that until today, all of us have deeply specialized in one particular domain of our own choice. And that is the reason why, if you look at the poll, and I will share the poll results of today as well with all of you, so that you can take a quick, glimpse at it, and you will get a sense of the kind of audience that are on the call as well. But you will see that all of us chose specific domains like either marketing or software engineering or product or design or tech or data or business. And this specialization, while it is still going to be extremely valuable, is not going to do everything for us in this world today. Why? Because as a generalist and people who are becoming AI generalists will be able to solve problems across multiple domains and be able to add value across multiple domains or tenfold the value that they are adding to the companies that they are working with, unlike the core specialists. So the era of core specializations is almost done, and everybody, and this is what large companies are also stating, and this is what the market is today demanding, that everybody should go ahead and try to broaden the skill sets that they have, become T-shaped professionals, or in other words, become AI generalists. We also saw the shift that is happening inside of companies, and this is from a research article that we have pulled out, where it clearly states that companies have been operating with human beings until today. This has been the classic structure for the last 20 to 25 years. But what is happening today is that a lot of these human beings are being let out of these companies. Instead of human beings, companies are choosing to adopt AI agents. And we spoke very, very little about AI agents yesterday because I told you all that today you are going to get exposed to the true potential of what AI agents can do today and get a futuristic idea of if the AI agents today are this powerful, how powerful could they be in the near future, right? So every one of us, if we have to have our jobs going forward, we have to be in the top tier of organizations and we have to be able to work with people who are working with AI agents, or we ourselves have to be able to build AI agents to be able to solve complex problems. And if you are able to do that really, really well, nothing can stop you in the near future as well. And for everybody to become AI generalists, we realize that it's not only about learning AI tools, but AI generalists have to go deep. And that is what we did yesterday by getting started with understanding how AI models truly work. All of you, yesterday when you got started, you did not know how AI models work. You all probably thought that, hey, whenever I put in a query to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is a smart tool, so it reads my entire query, understands it, and gives me a response immediately. But no, we spoke about a 5-step process, a scientific process that happens behind the scenes whenever we give an input to any large language model. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Claude, it could be Grok or DeepSeek or any other large language model that you would have played around with. Right? Now I want to open the chat and ask all of you. When I go ahead and put in a query to ChatGPT, what is the first step that the LLM would take to be able to understand the query? What is step number one that it takes? Yes, very, very good. The people who are on their fingers, I love them, right? Tokenization is what happens, wherein the message that you put into any LLM is broken down into multiple tokens. And after tokenization, what happens? Once it breaks it into multiple tokens, it converts them into numerical vectors through a process called as you are all right. Embedding. Yes, yes. The process by which the tokens are converted into numerical values. And once these are converted to numerical values, what happens? What is step number three? Transformer mechanism or self-attention. Very, very good. And then once the model is able to convert it into numerical values, it then starts focusing on the numerical values and starts understanding what the context is all about. And once that is done, it predicts. Very, very good. I love the fact that before I'm even getting into it, the answer is already on the chat box. Step number 4 is prediction, and step number 5 is response generation. Very, very good. So all the people who missed out yesterday or who did not take a note of this, please go ahead quickly take a screenshot of this slide because this is very important. right? Every large language model follows these 5 steps to be able to understand what is it that you are putting in as an input and be able to give you the output as well. And we understood that all these large language models are rather prediction models. The response that they generate are based on a lot of prediction that happens behind the scene through this 5-step process called tokenization, embedding, transformer mechanism or self-prediction, prediction, and then finally the response is put out that you can go ahead and you can see. And we saw that all of this communication with the AI models today is possible through natural language, which is English, right? And we realized that there are not 5 AI models that are available, right? There are not 10 AI models that are available. There are not 15 or 20 AI models that are available. There are more than 470 AI models that have come out into the world that people can go ahead and access today. More than 470 plus AI models are available. Now, people who paid close attention yesterday, what is a platform that we can go to be able to see all these 470 plus AI models? Can you all put it in on the chat? What is the platform that we can go to? Wow, you're all surprising me today with all of your answers. Open Router is the platform that we can go to be able to see how different models are performing and what are all the different models that are available in today's time. And we also saw that these AI models that exist, all the 470 plus models, not all of them have very good interfaces for us to be able to use them. Today, we are going to teach you how you could use all these AI models and what is the benefit of having so many options as well. And then we learned that while we can communicate with all of these AI models with natural language, there is still a method to this madness. And that happens in the form of something called as prompt engineering. You see, even with English communication or even with any communication, you always have to be good with the context that you are giving to the other person that you are talking to. And in the same way, with very good prompts, you need to be able to give very good context about what you want to achieve through to the AI models that you're working with. And the better your prompts, the better will be your outputs as well. And we saw one prompting type yesterday, and we called this prompting structure something. Can all of you put in on the chat? What did we term this prompting structure yesterday? Yes, yes, yes. We termed it the magic prompt formula, wherein we saw that we should always go ahead and give context, you know, specify the task that we are asking or taking the help of the AI model for, and we need to give it proper instructions in as detailed form as possible. And then if we have any data that we can go ahead and support it with for additional context, we can go ahead and add that. And we also saw that there are many other prompting types that exist today, and we should all try and go as deep into prompting as possible. And that is going to be the differentiator between anybody using AI and you using AI as an AI generalist. And we also went ahead and built our generative AI toolkit. There are thousands of AI tools available today, but what are the AI tools that we could start using right away to be able to improve our productivity or become better at doing research or slicing and analyzing data or learning and absorbing things from the internet or even from the browser much faster? And we also saw AI tools that can help us create images, videos, marketing material, and all of that. We went ahead and explored Gemini. We saw how Gemini can help us summarize long email threads and how it can take us hours of going through emails, how it can save us hours of going through emails, how efficiently it can also reply back to emails. We also used Claude and saw multiple abilities of Claude yesterday. We of course used it for script writing in the second session where Shantanu taught us all how to create videos and marketing material. We used Claude for data analysis. We saw that Claude can also go ahead and create applications, web-based applications for us, and all of this was super exciting. We went ahead and explored Emily.ai. A lot of you, in fact, installed Emily.ai, summarized videos, and gave us those summaries as part of the assignment as well. And we saw how Emily can really transform your Chromium browsers into agentic browsers and give you the ability to use AI on any page that you are on. We also saw that fireflies.ai, which is now a unicorn, can help people take notes inside of meetings even when you are not inside a meeting. That is that is something that blew people's mind yesterday. And then we went into perplexity. We saw why perplexity is so good with the research that it does. And we also saw that there are other deep research models of Gemini, ChatGPT, but when it comes to perplexity, the sources that it really taps into and gives you access to manually check as well is just incredible. And we went ahead and saw wrapper tools, right? Tools that use an LLM but are on a wrapper, right? We saw Write and how incredibly good it is to write SEO, optimized content. We saw numerous AI that can help us inside of Excel sheets, inside of Google Sheets, and help us do data analysis and all of that. This was session one yesterday, which took us about 3 hours, a good 3 hours to go deep into. And then, after a lunch break, of course, we went into session two, wherein all of us together created an AI workflow, and we went ahead and rebranded Air India's commercial, right? We went ahead and all of us created a commercial for Air India with a futuristic vision so that India can be represented in a much better way to the world. And we used a bunch of tools here, but we saw that we had one output in mind, and we put together all of these tools together to be able to achieve that one output. And I spoke about why it is important to always not look at AI tools as individual tools that can help you, but always look at them as tools that can help you inside of a workflow. And I also went ahead and taught all of you how you can go ahead and build landing pages, build websites, optimize them, all of it without writing a single line of code. Activities or things that would take us 3 to 4 weeks today, by taking the help of multiple people, you can do all of that on your own just by sitting on your systems. This was the potential of generative AI that we unleashed yesterday. And like I said, we learned that it was not just about AI tools like everybody thinks. It's rather about how you think about putting all of these together and use them to be able to bring the outputs that you are imagining to life. This is what took us 8 long hours to learn yesterday. I tried to summarize all of it in probably 10 minutes for all of you. Was that helpful? Was that helpful? Drop in helpful on the chat if that quick recap was helpful.